This next gentleman, before I brought him on stage, I asked him, is this okay for an intro? And he said, yeah, that's fine, so that's what I'm going to say. I've been watching this guy for longer than a week, and I think he's pretty okay. You guys are going to get a big kick out of him. He's really with it. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Shannon.
That was a great song, whichever one it was. I loved it. How are you guys doing? Yeah, man, things are good. It's good to be here. I'm excited about being here. I did get a psychological quiz today, and it was pretty cool. So I thought I'd bring it down and give it to you guys tonight. So this is one of those I saw it in the back of like an airline magazine, so it was pretty cool. So, and there's no wrong answer. Don't feel any pressure. It's just, can we show that? Okay, do you see the vase or the dicks? That's what you have to ask yourself. Yep, it's a vase. It's not a Ming vase, I'll tell you that much. Thank you. All right, that's it. I know, that was a lot of work just to show two fucking dicks that look like a vase. But that made me laugh. I saw that on the plane. They had one of those other, they didn't have that. I made that up. So I ate lunch today. I went to a big meeting, showbiz meeting, and the waitress comes over and I'm sitting at this table and she goes, could I interest you today in a Kobe burger? And I go, look, if I want a burger named after an accused rapist, I want a Ben Roethlisberger, okay? And she was like, I don't know if we have that. I was like, it's a fucking joke, never mind. So, okay, psychological test, Kobe burger. We're doing good. So far, we're on track, so I'm happy. So I got a movie idea. Here's my name. Get ready to go pitch a movie. So I'll pitch it to you guys, see if you like it. So it opens up with Jesus on the cross, right? He's up on the cross. He's being crucified, Calvary Hill, I think it's called, if I'm not mistaken, if my Catholic school up here. So he's up on there and he's dying and he looks up into heaven and he's like, God forgive them for they know not what they do. And then there's this, Roman soldier down there. He's like, shut up. And he goes to stab Jesus. Just as he touches Jesus, lightning strikes. And like Jesus goes into this guy's body and then this guy goes into Jesus's body. And it's called Freaky Good Friday, right? And so this guy's on the cross, it's a Roman soldier. He's like, hey, what the fuck? Hey, guys, help me out up here. And then Jesus is down there, and he has to put on, like, an Italian accent all of a sudden. He's like, oh, yo, forget about it. Who's this guy? And he stabs him. Maybe later they get into, like, a Weekend at Bernie's thing where they're running around with the corpse. I haven't worked it all out, but I think it's pretty exciting. So look for that. So here's one, like people get uncomfortable when you talk about race. And look, I don't care, here it goes. And personally, this is just my opinion, but I think it's a fact. You know who the toughest race is? The Iditarod. That's where you gotta ride those horses across Alaska or whatever, those little dogs. The Iditarod, those people are good with money too. I don't know if you know that. So I'm married. I have a wife. I've been married a long time, so you don't have to worry about me doing sex jokes. Not because we don't have sex, it's just because people don't want to hear about you fucking your wife, you know? Really? You gave it to your wife, did you? Woo, great story. All right. But here's a weird one. So my wife loves Facebook, which I go on it like once, like at night. And my update should always say, Sean is on Facebook waiting for his wife to go to bed. Okay, so, but here's a true one. She's on Facebook and she's buddies with these guys. She met these people and they have a baby, we have a baby, and we gave them some of our clothes, but they had like an open marriage and they just split up. First of all, this is my wife. Yeah, my friends have an open marriage. I go, who the fuck are these people? I've never met them. She goes, no, we went to their party. I went, okay. So the guy ends up breaking up because he would watch the kid while she went out on dates. Let me just say, I get pissed when I have to watch the kid and my wife does yoga. You know, what the fuck? She's out blowing dudes. Yeah, I understand why that marriage didn't go so well. I don't think it was like, and I'm watching the kid? Fuck that. So, I think that's all I was going to talk about my wife. That was it. She's cool. She's super cool. And I'm not just saying that because she's here. She really is super cool. But, so we're married, but that big gay marriage, that's a big thing. And it just repassed where they didn't pass it, but then it passed again. You know what? I'm pro gay marriage. I'm sorry. Don't. Okay. No, but it is silly that there's such a thing about gay marriage, you know, that there's a protest of any sort. And which I find silly because, like, what are we losing? You know, there's nothing really lose. I'm married. It's not like they get better parking or anything like that. Nothing happens. And don't get me wrong. If we were losing something, I'd be the first to be a bigot. Like, if there was a shortage on mint chocolate chip ice cream, I'd be the first to go like, hey, fags can't eat mint chocolate chip ice cream. It says it in the Bible. Matthew 12:7, man shall not lay with man and then enjoy a dairy treat from a cow. Come on. Especially mint-flavored dairy treats from a cow. So, okay, here's a sad thing. I have a daughter, and that's not a sad thing, but it's just I was thinking the other day, and it was very sad that she'll never get the joy of trying to hit a fly while she pees at a club bathroom. No lady will ever enjoy it. You do not understand how much fun that is when you're at a club drunk and there's a fly in the... trying to shoot down a Messerschmitt in World War II. And I actually got one the other day. He went in the drink, as they say in World War II. So I shot him down and flushed this fly down the toilet. And I thought, man, if he doesn't drown, he's going to be in heaven. So I saw this thing where I watch a History Channel. Do you watch a History Channel? I watch that channel. I love it. And I love shit like I never knew. How you're back? I'm pro gay marriage. That's all I was talking about. You're cool. Come on back. And so I watched the History Channel, and I saw this thing about the smallpox. Did you see this during I think it was the French Indian War? There was a British Army guy, who gave the Indians blankets soaked in smallpox, and then all the Indians, it wiped out like 9/10 of the Black Hawk Nation. And man, if I was one of those Indians that survived, I would have wrote like a sarcastic thank you note for those blankets. I would have been like, hey, thanks for those blankets. Sorry it's taken me so long to write. I've been digging holes, you motherfucker. Okay, there's an idea. Go with it or don't. You knew it would be a horrible talk show host, Pinocchio. He'd be like, Lady Gaga, you're so controversial. I don't know what you'll do next. Here's something. When I was a little kid, why didn't someone tell me Bigfoot was bullshit? That's a fucking dude in an ape suit. No fucking adult could have. Hey, yeah, that's bullshit. Fuck them. Okay, I guess not. Dude, did I tell you my wife tried women's boxing? She just tried that. She was trying women's boxing. And she like had moves and combinations. But do you know what a glass jaw is? It's like if you hit them with the jaw, they go down. She had a glass titty, it turned out. Boy, I gotta say, when you fuckers abandon a joke, you really fucking abandon it. There's not, okay, I see kind of where you were going. No, there was each one stands on their own. Okay. That's cool. I'll tell you about my high school years. This was weird. I had a shop teacher, and he had 7 fingers on one hand. And then the other had 5. He was like fucking spiting all other shop teachers, I thought. Okay, here's the thing. My dad, oh, you're gonna love this one. Not really, but pretend. You're gonna love this. But no, my dad was out here. My dad's 84. My dad's very cool. You would like my dad. He worked at NASA. And I never knew what he did at NASA when I was a kid. So like recently I was home and I go, hey Dad, what did you do at NASA? And he goes, I put a man on the moon. You win that round, shit. But he did, he was cool, and he was out here visiting an old Navy buddy of his. And he wasn't in the military, he worked at Old Navy after he retired. And it's this kid who's like 21. It was pretty fucking creepy to come out and visit him. I was against it, but you know, it's my old man. What can you say? It's your pops. You don't do that. So I was working in Hollywood recently. Dude, I'm sweating up here. I apologize. I got my Tommy Bahama on too. I don't want to mess it up. You know what I gotta say about old people besides they fuck everything up after 9:40? Have you noticed that? Like right at 9:40, that's when the old people come out in the morning. I've just noticed that. But and they're like 4 regular people driving in traffic, old people. I love them though. 'Cause you know what I love about them? They dress nice. That's what I love about like old people. Like they go to the store and they put a suit on. There's always that old guy with a suit. We're gonna look like shit when we're old people, you know? We're all gonna be in sweatpants and like fucking Batman t-shirts. No one wants to see like an 80-year-old guy wearing that shit. But I was working in Hollywood recently, and I was working right down at La Brea in Hollywood, and it's right where all, like it's a big tourist thing, and it's right near where like the characters dress up. There's always like a Jack Sparrow, and people dress up like Batman. And if you see these people, they charge tourists to take pictures with them. So I was working down there, and it was just sad every day when you saw these guys. And there was always, Spider-Man always stood on top of the newspaper thing. That was his one move, because if he's on the ground, he just looks like an asshole. Poor Spider-Man. So I'm there one day, and I'm going down, I'm walking, coming back from lunch, and I hear this noise, and I look across the street, and Darth Vader has thrown down his hat and his sword, his lightsaber, excuse me, nerds, and he gets in a fight with Batman. He's got Batman in a headlock, and Batman's face is turned sideways. And he's like hitting Batman pretty good. Then Michael Jackson and the guy from the Wax Museum come out and break it up. And it was just sad because when they stood up, Darth Vader was about this big, and he was a little Mexican guy. And Batman was like 6 foot. And it was just a whole new level of sadness for fucking Batman, you know? You gotta dress like that asshole all day, then you get beat up by a little Darth Vader. Boy, I thought that was so much more poignant, that story. I guess not. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. They're getting ready to turn that on. But I will tell you this, I got a tattoo tear on my cheek the other day. And I don't know if you know what that means you murdered. That's what that means. You have to kill to get that tattoo. And you cannot see that tattoo because I have it on my right cheek right here. And I got it after I murdered the bathroom at Fred 62's in Los Feliz. You've been fun. My name's Sean Shannon. Thanks so much for listening. Good night.